Fam! Football. You know what I just realized? You know the game's on Sunday night? Football on Sunday night! You know, I after 2 weeks of pancakes before the game, I think have dinner. Have dinner while you're watching the game. Is there any time of the year that's better than this time of year? Well, it's spring and summer. Just keep me in fall and winter. That's football time. Fam! Questions heard about the Niners D are stemming, and you've probably heard them already, are stemming from Pro Bowl level edge rushers Nicky B and D Ford out for the lineup for now. Meanwhile, the Niners D is currently ranked as one of the league's best in this young season. In fact, due to the level of competition the team has faced so far, maybe. Because you look at the Jets tonight, they look like ass. And you know what, the Giants are worth. And we did the Cardinals didn't go buck wild on us. Well, yeah, Carson. I hate playing the Cardinals. Anyway, what can be expected going forward against what is currently rated as tougher competition ahead in the schedule? We'll be taking your call on that. And also, here's the thing. The frontline D, as I mentioned, the secondary. Are you a Kinlaw fan already? I'm telling you right now, who's tougher on Mrs. Kinlaw's baby boy than Javon? He kills me. I love this dude. Javon is hard on himself. Everyone else can see the potential in him, though. But dude has plenty of fans already. Put me on that package, man. I can't wait to. When his jersey never comes out, that's the guy. His personality is so funny because Javon, you watch him out there, and the dude is like, NFL Network analyst Brian Baldinger does a breakdown on JK game action every chance he gets. Javon knows he can do better and has set very high expectations for himself. And that is what you have to appreciate about him. I think he's going to get there sooner than later, though. The dude is violent. And if he's going to play angry, well, let me get to that. Kinlaw was asked last month how he wants his career to be defined once it is over. And remember when he said, quote, as the best defensive lineman to ever lace him up, honestly. That's just how I see it. I don't see it no other way. That's how I've seen it from the start, unquote. Kinlaw shared in August that he felt there was room for improvement when it comes to his play. Because we heard things coming out of camp saying, well, Javon was getting beat up by Lakin. He's getting handled by McKivitz. McKivitz? Really? So, you didn't know what was going on. But remember, he was a rookie just getting his legs wet. But then again, McKivitz is still a rookie, too. That's why I got confused by that. Nothing has changed after having 3 games under his belt, though. Javon spoke with reporters earlier today and offered an updated self-evaluation. The attitude has not changed. Reporters asked again, Javon, can you evaluate your recent play? He said they're looking like, man, pretty average. If I'm being honest here, I've improved a little bit. Just so much room to grow. That's the thing. So everything is just average to me. Unquote. Did you see DJ Jones? When DJ came to the microphone and heard about Javon's judgment upon himself, did you see his face? Javon Kinlaw thinks his play is nothing more than average. And DJ Jones' face is so... DJ responded after media asked him what he was up with Javon, to which he responded with, quote, I think he's just being tough on himself. We can all see he's getting better week by week. At the rate he's going, he'll be, I'll put that on his shoulders. I believe he can be an all-pro. He's got potential. He's strong. He can play. He can play 3 technique, 2. He can go out and in. I think the sky's the limit for him. And for him to say he hadn't been playing good, I think he's just making it sound good. Unquote. But it looks good, though, because you see in his face, I see sincerity. I don't see him just saying things to be saying things. He looks like he means it. He thinks he sucks. Good. Because I got a feeling This time next year, teams are going to be afraid of Kinlaw. He's going to be name some players in history that came out with a nasty, mean attitude. Actually, he's going to run into a guy this week that's kind of like that, Fletcher Cox. And my favorite part of JK's press conference, JK was also asked about playing in his first primetime NFL game. Most players are excited to be on national stage like George Kittle. Ask George about that. George, Javon's angry. No, I don't really feel angry. I'm sort of excited about the chance, for the opportunity. Not Javon. Javon ain't excited. He's already pissed off. He says, that's the thing. I'm not excited when I play. I'm very angry when I play. It's not excitement for me. Here's a guy that takes it personally, that you're standing over there on the other side of the line with intentions to stop him from doing what he wants to do. I wouldn't be an offensive lineman in 2020, 21, 22, 23, and knowing he's on the other side. He goes on to say every game is the same, no matter who is the opponent. You look at them and all the same. Of course, I'm looking forward to getting out there for another opportunity to showcase what I can do, unquote. They asked Javon to elaborate on his remarks about playing angry. It explains itself. Angry, pissed off, ready to go. I can't say too much because it's real vulgar. But I'm just angry, just ready to go. I like the way he works himself up into a foam before the game. That means when he comes off with the snap, he's coming off with a rage. Release the Kraken! Ooh. Dollar Bill Will. I remember I said, oh, Will, no, man. Give me some. I want a wide receiver in the first round pick, man. Give me Henry Ruggs. You was right, man. I like this dude. We'll be fine in wide receiver position. I ain't even worried about that, especially when we got Ayuk. I had no idea that was coming. Anyway, and fam, I tell you what, I hope for the entire D-line, it comes out angry every game. There's a reason it could affect the entire defensive unit. As you know, the Niners will not have top edge rusher Nicky B for the remainder of the season. There's no telling when D Ford will be available if he ever is again. Latest report has him maybe returning in another 4 weeks as he'll be hanging out on the IR with a back issue now. And D will probably get up and go to the bathroom, get a drink of water. Uh-oh, my elbow ain't working, man. Damn, my back, my elbow, my calf. D! Just retire! We can get you off the books. Just retire. Good God, what is the matter with you? And the Niners' number 3 edge rusher Ronnie B is eligible to return after 6 games as he continues to rehab that torn ACL from last season. But if you think that places more pressure on the 49ers defensive backfield, J-Dub had something to say about that. Dub is quoted saying, I'm trying to see when we don't face pressure. And then he started laughing and said, what games you guys been watching? The 49ers are coming off a season in which they had the best defense in the NFL. The Niners allowed 169.2 net yards passing per game. The best for any NFL team since the New York Jets allowed that, 153.7 in 2009. Dub continued by telling the media, quote, the media kind of talked trash about us last year, if you remember. Yeah, 49er fans are talking trash. They're still talking trash about you, Dub. You guys are supposed to suck. He said this year, they still don't talk about the DB, so I just feel like every game is pressure. Because at the end of the day, when you watch the film, a lot of guys don't just sit there and watch the D-line until they make a play. You watch the DBs. You watch the quarterback. You watch the wide receivers. You watch the running backs. I feel like we're always in open space. So DBs are going to be the most talked about and will always have the most pressure on them. Well, that's the gospel truth, ain't it? A lot of us never stop complaining about the Niners secondary. We never do. We came in and said, man, I don't know about that secondary. But last season, I don't know about that secondary. We say that every year. We're going to say it next year, too. It's not going to stop. I don't care who's on it. Are they in trouble this year, though, without that breakneck defense from last season? That's the question tonight. The Niners return to action on Sunday Night Football against the Eagles at Levi's. Sherman will miss his 3rd game on the IR with that calf strain. And this is supposed to be it. Sherman's supposed to come back next week. But probably, if Jason Verrett looks good, Mosley, here's the thing. Emmanuel Mosley, who started the first 3 games, remains in NFL's concussion protocol. I thought it might have been lifted by now, but it must have been more serious than we knew. Ward and Kowalski T still man in safety positions. Jason Verrett, I want to see him under more conditions this week, though. He didn't really get pressed for man coverage that hard last week. And Dante Johnson stepped in at cornerback positions and played well against the Giants, but only for one play, and he's getting credit for that one play. Not the plays that he got called for holding, which is his famous call. Did you hear? Bobby Saleh likes him. Considers him a pro and carries himself in a never mind. Quietly, the 49ers pass defense played at a high level against Kyler Murray, though, even though it didn't look like it. Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones through the first 3 weeks. The 49ers ranked first in the NFL, allowing just 5.7 yards per opponent pass attempt versus teams like, and when you think about that, you look at teams that suck butt, like like the, them birds in Seattle, the Cowboys. I mean, these guys are, nobody's playing any defense, but the 49ers are. This is going to bode well going down the stretch. But then again, we haven't played anybody that really puts a lot of pressure on that defense just yet. So we'll see if that works. They rank second in the league at 187.3 yards passing per game, and the team's opponent passer rating of 75.3 is third best in the NFL. Carson Wentz comes in after a stretch of terrible games to open the season. I mean, Carson, what is going on? But he does have three of his premier offensive linemen. I ain't gonna say nothing about him. Because if he had his lineman in there, I think it'd be a different story. I really do. Wentz has thrown 6 INTs, and his best rating, 63.9, ranks 35th and last among quarterbacks with at least 10 attempts. There's only 32 teams in the NFL. I'm trying to do the math on this and understand how that happened. But J-Dub said the 49ers are not taking him lightly because Wentz, they watch on film, is capable of doing it all. Dub's observations, a quote, he can pass, he can use his feet, he looks off the safeties, he trusts his wide receivers. I don't know. That's a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think of something this quarterback can't do. He's just great. I feel like there's just been some rough games for him. I don't really have the answer for you why they're doing so bad right now, but I feel like they're just 1 or 2 plays away from easily being 3-0, unquote. Fam, this is the thing. If you ever think, and it's been said by a few people, man, the 49ers better not be taking these teams lightly. And I don't think they've ever taken a team lightly, except for maybe that Atlanta Falcons game last year. I do go along with those who say that about that game. I'm not sure what was going on in that game, other than the theory that I'm picking that up from somebody else, who said maybe Dan Quinn may have a spot in Kyle Shanahan's heart, and he maybe just decided to just go all out on Dan Quinn. If they won, they won, but don't try to embarrass them, right? So then there is that. But fam, talk about Javon, his quest to be the best. I love that attitude in him, and I got a feeling with his tools, that might not be so far-fetched, if far-fetched at all. And what is the future of the 49ers secondary in the weeks ahead? There are some teams out there that are going to test them a little bit more. But maybe the 49ers frontline defense grows as the weeks go ahead, too, as well. Rich Rivera, what's up, fam? Oh, he said, hey, Ronbo, my brother, I knew you was a superstar. You got all the haters watching the best show on earth. The haters, man, you got to have them, man. And by the way, if the haters do get on your nerves, you don't feel like slapping them back, just block them. You won't be able to see them. They haven't broken any rules, and I try to maintain that mandate. If they come in, they talk racist, if they attack women, any bigotry whatsoever is just not tolerated. No politics on this forum or on that chat. Then we can boot them. When they do that, then they're gone. But in the meantime, they're not breaking any rules, so I can't do anything. Talking trash is something we do as football fans. So give it back to them. They don't have any case. All of them suck. So just go. Get them. Jay Realistic, what up, Ronbo? Not about we winning this all the way. I got you, fam. Slick 88 68. Oh, they're Kittle and Debo are back, so tuck your chain and hide your footballs. They are definitely back. But one thing, Debo has not been activated yet. He has until 1 o'clock tomorrow. Kyle Shanahan needs to activate him if he's going to activate him by 1 tomorrow. I don't think it's really necessary, though. I'd like to see him, but he can wait next week. Kirk Chameleon, prime time for our Niners this Sunday. Oh, yeah. Mr. Block Eyes 22. The pass rush will help our secondary. Wentz will not have time to get an accurate throw. My D will dominate. Go Mullins and do your thing, fam. Don't rush Kittles. Dwelly will have a good game. See, that's all true. That's the kind of depth this team's got. We ain't got to have everybody to whoop your butt. Fernando Garcia. Hey, I can't wait till we get healthy. The whole NFC is on the hit list. We have so much great depth on both sides of the ball. We have starters and backups, 35-12 Niners, no problem. Wait till tomorrow. We'll think about your score. There may be some news come out between today and tomorrow. It'll affect your score. So, yeah, this is why I always wait till the last minute to do that. All right. Yes, sir. Shane Lewis, would you get on in here?
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Shane,
how
man,
you doing?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good, man. We got a beast coming in from Carolina. Or is it? Yeah, that's where the Gamecocks. That boy, man, he's looking better and better on them film breakdowns every week. And he's looking at himself like, man, I ain't nothing but average. And Shay, the defensive front, it is not quite as potent as last season. Will the secondary end up getting hurt?
So, I mean, just to answer the question, obviously, about Kinlaw, man. Yeah, man. I mean, like, I was on the Will too. I was okay if we took Ruggs or wide receiver or Kinlaw, man. And it's proven dividends right now, just how good Kinlaw looks, man. He's growing every day. I know Baldy does a breakdown on him, like, almost every game he's played so far. He's done a breakdown on him. And he looks the part, man, and he's walking the part, too. And I seen a report by David Lombardi today that does he play nervous? Does he play, does he get excited about playing? He was like, no, I play angry. I play pissed off. Every game I'm upset. I'm mad. He's hitting the locker or something like that.
And nervous.
You can just tell he just has bad intentions, man. And he's just, he's just one of those guys who has that dog in him. And I think that's the biggest part of what we're talking about. But yeah, Ronbo, I mean, most definitely, Ronbo, there's no way in heck, right? There's no way in heck that the 49ers are going to have the same pass rush. We just have too many injuries. On the defensive side of the ball, I mean, we're trying to make up. D Ford is out again. I mean, the guy is, at this point pretty much robbing us blindly. He's not playing a game. And it sucks because we paid him a lot of money and he could just never stay healthy. And I don't believe it's the back or the neck thing. It's that knee, man. I'm telling you, that knee is acting up, and it will forever act up for the rest of his career. But I think Verrett looked good, Ronbo, and I think that's one of the biggest highlights is I think Verrett, we can stay in coverage for, long periods of time because I think Verrett is good. And we are finding some pass rush. I understand we played two crappy offenses, but I think we do have a pass rush, and we are finding somewhat of a some way to get to the quarterback, man. And it's pretty astonishing that, even with all the injuries that we have, the 49ers are finding some way to persevere. Hyder's been a gem for us. I mean, he looks good. Kinlaw's getting great pressure. He almost had a sack on Daniel Jones on that third down, but Daniel threw it out
one step
right in time. So he's close, man. He's close. So I'm excited, Rumble. I really am. And Deion Jordan had a great game too. And I think we're using Deion Jordan. Scott Cruceri is using him completely well. And I think he realized, he's not in every down. He just comes in there to go after the quarterback, and that's what he's best at doing. So, I just think with all these injuries, Rumble, we're finding a way to make, we're the next man up mentality. I know it's a cliche, but right. But we're finding the next man up, and these guys are still performing at such a high level, and it's paying off for us, and we're winning football games still. So, yeah, no doubt, Rama. I really am. I'm happy about this.
I like the fact that Kerry Hyder can be an every down guy, and then you bring in Deion Jordan, and we're going to figure out which one of the three guys is most effective coming off the edge. Now, you look for Ziggy Ansah. After a few weeks, he could establish himself a little higher than Kerry.
Right, no doubt, Rumbo. That's why I was
third down bound.
Rumbo, you're 100,000% right, Rumbo. No. I'm not sorry not to cut you off, Romo, but I'm just saying you're 1,000% right. That's why I'm not really hard on Ziggy right now. It's going to take him some time, man. He hasn't done anything, this offseason. I know he's been visiting teams and stuff like that, but that's about it. He hasn't really had any camp. I'm saying we just signed him in the middle of the season because we ended up getting injuries. So you're right. I'm gonna wait a couple weeks and see what he looks like as a defender, and we're gonna go ahead and look. We're gonna take a look at it, Rombo, and see who's getting to the quarterback, and those guys will be, the guys moving forward. But yeah, Rombo, that's it, man. But thank you again for the platform, brother. Shout out to my TNT guys, and Rombo, you have a good night, man. You take it easy, all right?
You too, fam. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you, and bring a score too. All right.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
fam.
Sounds good. All right, Ronbo.
Hey, hey, Dion. D.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Oh, D, man, I'm loving our first round draft pick. The boy is becoming one of my favorite people, man. I look forward to him. As soon as he sits down, it's going to be Javon. Here he comes. He's bothered by his performance, even though everybody's saying great things about him. But that's the kind of dude. I wonder if he's always been like that. So I expect great things from him because he ain't got no ceiling as far as he's concerned. Wherever he gets, he could be Pro Bowler. I can see D. I can see him 2 years from now. Javon Kinlaw has been picked to the Pro Bowl by every last guy in the NFL, and he's still not happy. But Jay, Dion, talk about him, and also give me some about what do you think is going to happen, depending upon how well that 49ers pass rush is, because we might have the tools. We just got to bring them all together. Is the secondary going to have to be something we need to be concerned with?
First off, I love Javon Kinlaw's interviews. Javon Kinlaw is just as entertaining as Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, it's true.
Nick's so cool. Nick's so cool with the other, man. Nick, every time you hear Nick, man, you know so I watched a lot of tape. And then he licks his lips and he puts his tongue on the top lip. Like he does that, and then you got Javon come in there. So Javon, what do you think? How do you think I played? Average. I don't know what you think.
You got
so when
talent.
you go into the game, yeah. So when you go into the games, Javon, it's your first Sunday night game. How do you feel? I mean, I don't get happy. I play angry. I just like to walk in and I'm angry all the time. I don't want to get too into it because it get vulgar, but that's how I play. I play angry. So you just saying, like, these dudes, he's hilarious, man. He is.
Those are perfect imitations, man. I'm telling you, it's hilarious. That is perfect.
Hey, look, I've been doing stuff like that since I was a kid, man. I like imitating people. I just like people to laugh. It's hilarious. And the funny thing is, man, but, in all honesty, Javon Kinlaw is only going to continually get better. And the reason he will continually get better is because of his hunger and his drive. The man said in his first ever interview, I do not believe I will ever reach my full potential while I'm playing football. That says, in my mind, I must continue to think that I must improve. If I ever get to a point where I think I'm at the top, that is when I'm going to fail and fall the hardest. He instilled that in himself, and or his family has instilled that in him. Probably his father let him know, hey, look, don't get too ahead of yourself, don't get too big-headed. We know what you are, we know what you can do, but at the same time, keep that hunger and that drive, and that will make sure that that internal motivation is there. Because if you are one of those people who feeds off of the fans, this would have been a horrible season for you. Because it's a simulated crowd noise. If you are someone who needs another person to motivate you, this isn't good. You need to motivate yourself. I saw DJ Jones come out there, and I love how he was talking and basically saying, basically saying, look, man, he up here BSing y'all. Y'all know that man. Know he's good. He up here playing with y'all.
Pretty much.
Man. I love how he asked I love how the reporter said, well, what do you think you can get better? He said, I don't know. What do you think I should do? And he said, well, I want you to be a little more violent with your hands. I'm just kidding. He didn't even crack a smile. Like the man.
He didn't, I know, right? He was not amused. He's already mad for Sunday. I think he starts getting mad probably Wednesday night for the Sunday games, man. Yeah. Dude is ready to go. What?
But the defensive backfield, let me tell you this. If Verrett can stay healthy and keep his confidence high and continue to play the way he's playing, I have nothing to be worried about with the defensive backfield. What you have to understand is I think that Mosley will come out of concussion protocol and will be fine there. So we'll at least have Mosley, Barrett, and we'll have Kello back out there. We should, as long as his hamstring is good. But what happened today was Jimmy didn't practice again. So I'm going to tell you this is how this is going to go.
He ain't playing this weekend.
He's not going to play. And they're going to see the Dolphins game and go and look at him and go, you know you ain't playing, right? And he's going to look and be like, Coach, I'm fine. And Kyle going to look at it's the Dolphins. Really? You want to go out there and hobble around on an ankle, so we got to stop old ass Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's like 150 on the field trying to run and make plays. We're not going to have anything to worry about with that stuff. Our defensive backfield will be perfectly fine. And if you think about it, if you have Verrett and Sherm on the field at the same time, you have a dude who can lock down shit in the he can lock down stuff with the zone, and then you have Verrett who can play man. He's a really good man corner.
I understand.
If Akello could just get out of his own head, he could probably spend a lot of time with Jason and learn a thing or two. But he'd be too busy getting bumped up, bruised, and then when he get in his head, he's all over the place. But we won't have those problems in our defensive backfield. And you got to think about it. If Debo, Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk are on the field, what do you do? And then you can't say, oh, well, they ain't got no running backs. Okay, I'm just going to throw Jet in there. I'm going to split Jeff out wide. Jet, go on, catch the ball. Go on, do your thing. Oh, well, we're on the goal line. What do I do? Jeff, go on in there and bang in there and get that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Come on back to the sideline. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Like, we have weapons. People think we're hurt and we're done, and we're not. Silly. And I've been telling everybody all year, keep the faith. We have no reason to think that we are going to lose a damn thing. We will continue to win. And one thing I can tell you is I'm watching this Broncos and Jets game. I am damn happy we didn't have to face Jamison Crowder. He is balling.
Did you see him? I thought about that when I was watching that game.
He's balling.
He's working
I'm like, thank God he was in for our game. We ain't have to worry about that crap.
Oh,
but
D, we got to go.
We're good, Ronbo. Nothing to worry about. All right.
We are.
Have a good evening, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the platform. And remember, everybody, if you're in this chat and you're from another team, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, because you don't have a Ronbo. You'll never have a Ronbo. Your team sucks. That's why you're here. Have a good evening, Ronbo.
Somebody does that. D, bring back Score tomorrow. I'll be looking for you, fam.
Oh, right back. I'm here. Every day, all day.
All right. Appreciate you, fam. Hey, D. Boy, D and them imitations, man, that was like, if you didn't see if you couldn't see the face, you seen exactly who he was imitating. Exactly. James!
What's up, Ronbo?
James, man, I'm just appreciating what we got in Javon Kinlaw, and I think his whole mindset is exactly what I wish more of our guys had. Be angry when you go out there. Don't be too excited. Be a man on a mission. That man across from you is trying to take food off your table. He's trying to stop you from becoming all you can be. Hurt him. Kinlaw, as big as he is, that is just, that's perfect. And James, our secondary, and I know you're a man who definitely has opinions about the secondary. Share that with us tonight.
Well, the last caller that called in, he pretty much summed it up about the defense, and I think that that defense on the back end with Jason Verrett back there, whether it's Emmanuel Mosley or Richard Sherman, but I am believing that Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley are possibly the future going forward. Because, listen, if you got a bus that's got 8 good tires, 10 good tires on it, and all of a sudden you get a blown wheel, it don't ride the same. And, when Richard Sherman is starting to get those injuries that are piling up there, those 3 and 4 weeks,
them 30-year-olds and up,
3 and 4 game out at a time, 30-year-old that's played in a very violent position, his whole career, and is still playing. But I've said it before. Listen, in 2014, Jason Verrett was right there in the top 5 of the best DBs with the PFIs, and Sherman was there too. But I'm talking about these guys were like, he was like maybe I'd say 3rd, and Sherman was ranked 2nd out of the top 5. And 2015, he played DeAndre Hopkins. He basically, even in that game, I was impressed. I understand it was the Jets. They didn't have all their players. But Golden Tate is a Super Bowl winning receiver that's also went to the Pro Bowl. And Jason Verrett held him to 2 completions for 9 yards.
And made a few plays, too.
I mean, yeah, he did. And I've said before, that back end is more dominant when J-Dub moves down to either the corner and put Javarius Moore on the back end with even whether it's Jason Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley and Jimmy Ward moving to the front safety or Tart playing the box safety, however they alternated. But we just have a lot more speed on the back end of the defense, and that's what makes that cover 3 work. And as far as Kinlaw, man, listen, I'd love to be a staff member and tell them, hey, Javon, yeah, man, somebody told me to tell you something before you go to, they didn't really want me to tell you. But this guy, one of his staff members, he said something about your moms, man. Let me tell you in your head. He looked at me like, James, Mr. James, you for real? Hey, Javon, I even told him he was wrong to say that, but you should take it out on one of their linemen, for this day, just to show him something. Okay, I'm ready. And that's it. Because he's so competitive, man, as a young, talented player. And one thing I was happy to see, he got a lot of snaps in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing because going forward, he's just going to get better and better. He's killing the pocket for an offensive line. Once he destroys them, here come the linebackers, here come the safeties, and it's just a total dominance, man. And that thing that's been
display
working.
of strength. James, you need to think Solomon Thomas, though. If Solomon doesn't get hurt, they was going to continue to platoon the 2 of them at that position. So now it looks like that's going to be his spot.
Well, how about him and DJ Jones? And when DJ Jones can't go, we definitely
you know what, though? They put them both in there at the same. I've seen Jones and Kinlaw in there at the same time because Jones is going to be at the. What technique is that? Anyway, he's going to be playing just near the edge. Yeah, no, Jones is at the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's right. They do switch. He's not a.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've seen them both in there a couple of times. So.
Kinlaw is still basically a 3-technique D-tackle, just like DeForest Buckner was.
Yeah.
But he can play multiple spots on the line, as well as DJ Jones can too. But,
1, 2, 3.
DJ Jones is just better suited for that interior right there at the nose
stopping that run.
Or playing off. Yeah,
and James, I think that's why we're doing better against the run this year. If you put Jones and Kinlaw, that's a lot of beef. And move them. Them dudes move. So now, if you go run up the gut, forget about that. 49ers ain't having it. I like it this year.
And it's gonna, listen, man. I realize what happened in game 1, but I can tell you this much: what I am seeing now. I think going forward for this season, we're setting out some similar goals. What we achieved last year and beyond. And in order to do that with the revenge tour, you got to understand something. We're looking to beat Kansas City or anybody. But truth be told, you know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to say it like this. I want Kansas City again. Why? Because you know how you got a defense like that? Yeah. When you've got an offense that can run jet sweeps from multiple players all game, you suck the wind right out of them.
Yeah.
And then you let them play slow ball because they're slobbering at the mouth. They're so tired. Yeah, that's how you get them. That's how you get them.
I agree fully. James, we need to stop. Let me see tomorrow night. We're trying not to keep you up so late getting started.
All right, Ronbo.
Appreciate you, Phil.
It's all good. Thank you anyway for the platform you and your staff provide. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Gonna bleed red and gold till I'm dead and cold. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Have a good evening. Be blessed.
You too, James. Night, fam. James out in the Garden State, closing in on midnight, and still talking 49ers football. Hey, Jesus.
Ronbo!
Hey, Jesus, man. We're sitting back here celebrating that first-round pick. Javon Kinlaw, that boy, he's never excited. He's never nervous. When you're 6'5" and 320 pounds, you don't need to be nervous. All you are is mad Because they actually have somebody on the other side of the line. I like me some Kinlaw, man.
Right. Man,
Hey,
Kinlaw's the truth, bro.
ain't he? Boy, I tell you what, I'd walk down the street. If Kinlaw stand walking in front of me, man, I'd walk down the street with $100 bills hanging in my pocket, jewelry hanging off my neck, and dare somebody, come on, get some. He's a beast. Hey, and also, Jesus, looking at the secondary now, are they under siege now that the 49ers frontline defense isn't quite what it was last year, or do you think they'd be okay?
First things first, Ronbo. I like to give a shout out to my people real quick. You know.
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
I like to give a shout out to my brother, Shark Attack, to my to the homie Chad Garrison, to my homeboy KYM, and to all the Niner homies in the chat one time, and to all the haters. You know what I'm saying?
Them too.
Your mom's next. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? But, like, real talk, man, the secondary, what makes the secondary good is having a good pass rush. And that's fact. If anyone with the football mind knows that you don't really need to spend money on a good corner, it's nice to have a good corner locked up and to have for years on your team. But why do you think Sherman and why do you think Brown and Browner and Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor were so good? Because they had Michael Bennett and they had Cliff Averill on their defensive line.
Cliff Averill, yeah. Man, they had a front
You know
line.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like us, we had D Ford, Buckner, Armstead, and Bosa last year. And why do you think Sherman, Witherspoon, or Mosley, or Tar and Ward were so good? Because we have a good defensive line. You know, Kinlaw, I'm still a little salty that why didn't we try to trade Eric Armstead? But I'm happy right now that our rookie D tackle has been stepping up and has been run stopping the ball. You know, hey, it's all good. I'm really happy with the pickup, you know, and plus I got my Kinlaw jersey on the way in the mail. So
you really made it yet.
So
you know what though? Kinlaw's going to create that same Armstead violence maybe as early as this season. I know for sure he will have arrived at that point next year because I mean, Defoe had the whole kitchen sink they was throwing at him half the time trying to stop him. So that's what we need now. And I think Kinlaw will be able to provide that a little later on. Maybe soon, actually. We'll see.
Yeah, you know, like, I'm really happy that the way how it's going on so far with our defensive line. You know, we have number 92 coming out of nowhere. I don't know his name. I haven't really paid attention to his name. But he's stepped up, man, you know.
What position?
He's the pass rusher, the number 92.
Oh, that's Kerry.
With an H.
Yeah, that's now you got me going. Kerry. Oh my God, mind blank. Crowder. Is his name? Kerry. Anyway, I know you're talking about.
I don't know, bro. I don't want to Google it.
I was just talking about him a minute ago.
Okay, what's Kerry's last name? You know, I was in my groove, man. You know, I was counting on. I think Joseph Smiley actually muted me.
It's H. It's Hyder. God.
Yeah, good. Hyder. Yeah, Hyder. My bad, people. Everyone in there is gonna be like, "Oh shit, Jesus don't know what the fuck you be talking about." My bad, bro.
It's Scary
you know
Hyder.
What I'm saying? My boy, Chad Garrison in there. You know what I'm saying?
You got three guys that are coming off the edge that are looking good, and we're gonna see more about Ziggy later. But Deion Jordan proved, he came to play. Kerry Hyder, he came to play from week 1. So we're gonna see. We got 3 solid guys. If they get it right, we'll not suffer so much. Not as good as last year, but not bad.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you, too. You know, our defensive line is looking really good. You know, I haven't lost hope in D Ford, and I know a lot of people are going to talk some mad shit and say, oh, D Ford has been hurt. You know, the majority of the time he's been a Niner. But, hey, like, if we don't got to use him right now, and our defensive line has stepped up to the plate, like everyone has stepped up coming into their Hyder, Eric Armstead. Eric Armstead has done decent. You know, it's our linebackers who are also keeping us in the game as well. You know, Fred Warner doesn't get the credit that he deserves. You know, Witherspoon doesn't get the credit that he deserves. Jason Verrett is coming out of nowhere. Like, bro, like our defense is coming back. You know, it was hurt at the beginning of the year. I know that this right now it's about to be week 4,
but I'm really happy right now. You know, especially playing. I'm not gonna lie. You know, playing the Jets and playing the Giants, and you know, playing the Eagles when they have no receivers.
I know.
They have literally no receivers in that 53-man roster, bro.
I just noticed that. I read an article today. They're decimated the receiver corps. So, you know, it's pretty interesting to see. But this is good for us, though, Jesus. We're not at full or nearly full strength yet. So the 49ers can get like these preseason type games out of the way and get themselves. This is ideal for the 49ers because in week 5, week 6, the 49ers are going to be the real 49ers, right? Because a lot of people coming back and that type of thing. Perfect setup.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind working out Cameron Wake as well to have an extra pass rush. You know, I wouldn't mind adding more veteran talent to our defensive line. I wouldn't mind adding Harrison. Harrison, the one that was on the Giants a couple years ago. I wouldn't mind adding him, man.
You got so many guys.
Harrison, whatever his name is.
Yeah, but you got so many guys coming back. You got Street, you got Givens just looking good. You don't really need any more guys unless they're really superstars and you can't afford them. So you know what? We got an army now. And Streets look fine. Givens is like really looking good. And of course you got DJ Jones. It seems like I'm missing some names. You just picked up Ziggy. You got Deion Jordan. I think we'll be fine.
Exactly. You know, we're looking good right now, you know, and especially our offense has to step up in the moments like this right now with our defense being a little out of whack right now, and being a little out of tune right now with the injuries. Our offense has to come up.
Promise you, Jesus.
But I won't take much of your time, brother.
We got to go. But Jesus, I got to promise you, when all those guys get back, they're going to have to pull that offense off of teams. They're going to sit them down for them running them scores up. That's going to be brutal. Hey, Jesus, let me sit them out. Bring a score, too.
All right. All right, brother. Real quick. Hey, Joseph Smiley, tell your mom I say hi. I'll be home soon, son.
Look, you guys are ridiculous. Right. Good night, Jesus.
All right, brother. All right, go Niners, baby.
I mean, our chat is picking up a reputation. I'm afraid if people find out about it, they're going to say things. Hey, Krusty.
Oh. Hello?
Krusty.
Hey.
Krusty, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you home or you outside?
I'm at home right now. Hold on.
Okay. You're getting a little feedback there.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Krusty, man, we're like laughing at Javon Kinlaw, especially after Deion's imitation of Javon Kinlaw. That's just outrageous. And also, is he going to be everything he wants to be? And he says never going to happen. He's always going to be striving and reaching for the stars, which is what I like about him. But I'm seeing some improvement in him already. You can talk about that. And also, the secondary, it's now questionable unless the 49ers defensive line reaches some of the levels they did last year. The secondary, are they going to struggle, or is that defensive line going to improve to a point where they need not be concerned? What are your feelings on that?
I feel like the defensive line is going to improve every game. And it's going to happen because Javon Kinlaw is going to be improving every game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to give Deion Jordan, Ziggy Ansah, Terry Hyder, and everybody else a better chance of coming off the edge. You know, when you get Javon Kinlaw in the middle with, regardless, DJ Jones, Kevin Givens, Street, all those guys, having those guys take the middle and have those other guys off the edge, the pocket collapses so fast, the quarterback has to get out of there, which gives the outside guys a better chance and makes more people have to protect the middle because the middle collapses so quickly.
All the violence in that spot.
I think we're just going to get better and better and better.
Hey, you know what? Let me ask you this. If any one of those guys does shine, Ziggy, Harry Hyder looks awfully good right now. I don't know if he's going to get further. Did he reach his peak already? You look at Deion Jordan. Next year, do you go ahead and you get out of the D Ford contract? Because this is never going to end. This is going to continually get worse. How many years? Did we sign him for 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, something like that. I think it was like 4 years.
Yeah, do you go ahead and get out of that contract next year? I'm actually looking forward to it. There's never going to be a year when D Ford is actually going to give you a season. You know what I mean? Is it time to sort of abort on that?
I think D Ford has been a disappointment this year. I thought he was going to come out and play better, but he's not even playing. So,
yeah.
But it's game. This is going to be the fourth game. Let's pump the brakes and see what happens.
Yeah,
they're going to put him on IR and see what happens when he comes back.
I think he's already on it. Oh, no, they haven't put him on it yet.
Back, something
yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that, if D Ford does come back, you may have D Ford running off one side of speed rusher, Dion Jordan off the other at the speed rusher, Terry Hyder, Ronnie Blair. You're just going to have everybody. We're not even at our full potential right now.
3/4 on both sides of the ball. I mean, that's the thing, That's why when people say, you guys haven't played anybody yet. Well, hell, we ain't nobody yet. I mean, really. That's why I said this 49ers unit, with the depth we got, we're as good as a lot of teams first string. But make no mistake, that is not the full potential of this team or full strength. So, yeah, that's what I'm loving about this team.
Exactly. And the other day, Jason Brett played amazing. That's what we've been hoping from him. I know a lot of people have said things bad about him, but he hadn't come back from his injury yet, I honestly think if Jason Brett keeps playing up to the way he is, he should, when Sherman comes back, he should play on the opposite side of Sherman.
That's a good combination. They've seen it all. There's nothing any offense could do to fool them. You know what I mean? Especially if Verrett gets up to speed.
Yeah.
That guy runs 22 miles an hour? Verrett's got speed.
He's fast. He's good too. If he comes back to his 2015 form, it's gonna be something that people are gonna be. It's gonna scare him because our secondary is gonna be just as good as our defensive line. Our defensive line crashes as fast. They ain't gonna get any passes off.
Especially the coverage is downfield. Yeah, quarterback's dead meat. He can't. Where are you going to throw it? Throw it out of bounds, QB. Throw it out of bounds.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Exactly. The Chiefs this last Monday, the Chiefs showed everybody in the league how to beat Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Make them throw the ball.
Yeah. And I think they have that plan.
Make the guy throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our defensive line is like I said. The only problem I see with us, our defense, is quarterbacks running on us. That's the only weakness I see so far. Kyler Murray did it to us. Freaking Daniel Jones just did it to us. I was surprised.
Wait till we see Josh Allen. Oh God, I don't want to see. Man, Kyler Murray. If we play him at the last game of the season, I'd be fine. Hopefully, we'd have the season locked up, or the division locked up. God, he's terrible.
I feel if we would have had a preseason this year, we would not have lost the Cardinals. We were horrible that first game. We were horrible.
Cal even admitted it.
I was so disappointed watching that game.
God. But see, that's the thing. The Cardinals didn't play that well either. Kyler was throwing some dud passes. He just started running on us, and that's all it took, which is still, God damn. And, anyway, it's okay. Like you say, though, if we'd been prepared, we'd probably would have had a different game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Kyler didn't even know what to do. Like people were saying, and I heard him say it himself. He didn't even have a plan for the start.
And
that's what everybody said. He did not call plays like he normally does.
I wish he
would
admit that too.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that because that's what everybody saw. And everybody, yeah. I was confused why the game plan was the way it was. No, they didn't have a game plan.
No, it will next time.
What are we supposed to do,
Because he's going to know, Kyle, they will beat you if you don't come in seriously tough. Great, Cross, let me see tomorrow. And bring your score, will you?
Oh, yeah, I'll bring a score tomorrow. All righty, man.
Hey, Phil.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Good night, Krusty. Looking forward.
Night.
And local 49ers fan, thanks for that contribution. He says, what's up? Everyone, Arizona has no fans. They're paid spectators. First year of college has given me a good fight, but I'm doing good for myself. Local 49ers, actually, you have been unusually absent. So good to see you checked into class. Everything's all right? All right. You must be already relaxed and settled in, know just exactly what to do. Good. Elliot! Come on in, E.
Hold on, wait, 1 second. Let me do this.
All right.
Let me do something to make sure I can hear you good. You can hear me good.
Oh no! Somebody said Jets blew another one. You know what, Ian Sharp? If the Jets lose, Adam Gase may be fired tonight. because you got no business losing against the Broncos, who got 50 dudes and only 3 playing.
Ooh,
50 dudes on the IR. Elliot, you ready?
Glad we ain't got that problem.
I know, right? Because Denver's worse than everybody, even us. Hey, I mean, Ty, what you doing, little man? Hey, it's like this, man. Javon Kinlaw is like the real deal. That dude's gonna be special. Why? Because he's never gonna ever be satisfied with his own play, and he's getting better every week since he's been with us. And we're talking week 3. So I'm impressed with him. Give me some feeling on him. Where do you think he's going with this? Is he gonna be a Pro Bowler like DJ Jones says? And about that secondary,
Before I answer that, hold on. Before I answer that, let me say.
What's up, man?
Ty, what's up, my little man? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good in my life, bro.
I'm glad to hear it. It sounds like it too. What you doing right now? I bet you over there playing computer games.
Yeah, I'm playing the video games. I'm playing my Xbox.
Is that right? Are you winning?
The Switch.
That's like a bad question. Are you winning? Of course you're winning. All right.
I would say 49 is for life.
That's right. Don't ever forget it. All right. You go ahead and get back busy on that. I'm gonna talk to your dad. All right.
All right. So, only thing I want to say is, man, I'm listening to the show or whatever. I ain't got nothing to really say, Ronbo, tonight. You know, except this. You know, at the end of the day, for me, bro, I'm glad to see everything that we're doing. Kinlaw, he's pissed off every game. He wants to be better every game. I would like to see him do a little bit more, but I'm going to give him the chance to learn and to do better. You know, by the end of the season, I will hope to see him be more disruptive in the middle of that defensive line.
Mm-hmm. Elliot, remember one thing, too. How old is Kinlaw? What is he, 22 maybe at the most, somewhere in there, 21, 22, 23? Do you realize he does not have that grown man strength? That's what I'm looking forward to. He's out there beating people up right now pretty well. So you figure next year and beyond, boy, people could get out of Kinlaw's way or risk getting hurt.
Not even so much next year. The year after next year. He should be a monster. He should be a monster. He had 2 years to learn. He's had time to do what he needs to do, and he's learning every game. That's the most important part.
And in a pro football, exactly, and a pro football fitness program.
Yeah. You know, that's the kind of stuff that makes me happy. Only thing I like to see from our defense, man, I like to see the dude who I made look like I had a damn man crush on.
Wait, who? Which one?
Alexander. I like to see him do a little bit more recapture, because I don't think that he has recaptured the form that he had before he got hurt last year.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that too.
Before he got hurt, man, he was that guy.
Picking people, intercepting passes.
I like to see him. Yeah. I like to see him step up and be more of a force, and I like to see him be somebody that Warner can count on, because they're saying Greenlaw is about to take his spot.
I know.
And he hurt.
And you know, you watching Greenlaw, you could see it, That boy's lateral pursuit is stupid. And when also he's starting to make plays out there. His pass defense is good. So you're right. Quan is on hot ice.
I just don't want him to get taken off the menu.
I don't either. I like Quan.
And what we like. Yeah, I do too, man. You already know how I feel about Quan. We already established that. So I ain't gonna go into that. I just like to see him recapture his form, because at the end of the day, he didn't have like a knee injury or an Achilles. He had a freaking shoulder tear. Now, I do know those things are serious, and they probably told him something different that we don't understand. But, man, you got to make the play. You got to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least get there. You know, I'm happy to see what Givens is doing. I'm happy to see what Kyle Hyder is doing, or Kyle Hyder or whatever is doing. You know, I think these guys, they help our run defense a whole lot. That's why they're playing. As far as what Jason Verrett is doing, I'm not surprised. I'm just happy to see that he's starting to recapture his form. So at the end of the day, listen, man, I'm gonna say it over and over and over. We just played the Jets. We just played the Giants.
And lost to the Cards. I know that says something right there. It's not real happy.
It helps us. It helps us with all these backups. I'm cool with Mullen starting this next game. I already told you I want them to start him anyway. Start our backup, keep them in form, and then let our starters take over after that. We might be looking at the Dolphins and saying, "Where's the Dolphins?" But at the end of the day, I think that's a good game.
That's going to be the toughest game we're going to see. Yeah, that's the toughest game we're going to have on this whole stretch until playing the Rams. Exactly. I mean, the Dolphins got it going on. I watched them twice. And Dolphins are serious, ain't they?
All right. Look, I don't underestimate no team, man. I don't.
No.
I don't underestimate no team. I don't care who we playing. At the end of the day, we still got to come out. We just still got to ball, and we still got to do what we do. I just want, if anything happens, I want our backups to be ready to play and jump in at moment's notice instead of, oh, we need to get this person acclimated for a whole game and all that. After these next 2 games, it's going to get serious for us. And that's going to determine, these next 7 games are going to determine where we're at and how we make the playoffs.
As a football team, I agree.
And I want teams to be scared of it.
I know. Well, in 4 weeks they will be. When the 49ers get that full offense on the field, there is nothing short of the Lord Jesus that's going to stop that offense. Oh, my God. That is going to be just brutal. I don't care who they're playing.
Before we go, I want to say this, and I'm going to say it, the same thing I've been saying. I want to acquire Antonio Bryant. Is it Brown or Bryant? That's a damn thing. I don't know his name, and I don't watch football. I think it's Brown.
Did you say Antonio?
I want to acquire him. This is what I want to ask you. Hey,
real quick.
Does the suspension start when they give him the suspension, or does it start once a team acquires him?
Extensions.
He's suspended, but ain't no team acquired him.
Well, you're talking about Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, his problem is when he gets back, Roger Goodell's waiting on him. Tell Antonio when you sign him to meet me because he's going to get a suspension. So that's why he's just useless.
So that's when the suspension starts, when the team signs him, right?
Yeah, he's probably going to be a new contract. He'll take whatever.
I just want to keep him off the team. I just want to keep him off the team that are competing against us like the Seahawks. They are competing against us for real.
Seahawks.
I don't even think they want to give Wilson the money that he deserves.
We really got to go. But you know what? Remember one thing when you're looking at Antonio Brown and Joshua Flash Gordon. Notice how they're not playing. That won't change. If they came to San Francisco, it won't change. They'll find a way to get in trouble. That's just what they do. So it's a waste of time. Still continue to hone our talent is the best thing.
We
really got to go. That's true. We really got to go, fam. Let me see you tomorrow, okay? Be back.
Yeah, and I'm going to have the same score for you as always, 40-24.
All right, 34. You already got it, okay. All right, but you better wait and see what happens overnight. All right, fam. Night E.
Night I'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
All right.
Oh, he in the room, but he'll hear the show because he always listens to the show. Much love to you and everybody else, man.
All right, E. Good night, fam.
All right, bro.
Hey, Ellis, come on in, E.
I'm here, champ. What's happening?
Oh, Ellis, man, I'm enjoying that. Everything, these media conferences always kill me. As soon as I see Kinlaw, I know it's gonna be comedy, boy, because that dude, he can't get excited, man. I think he stays. I don't know how he grew up or whatever, but I want to see. I don't know if it's gonna be this year, next year, whatever year. I want to see him get excited. I want him to drop the quarterback and throw his hands up in the air and look at the audience and start waving at them, and throwing kisses like Aaron Donald over in L.A. Because he doesn't seem like I like being angry, but I want some emotion out there too. Don't just be so angry that you can't appreciate where you are and what you're doing. But that's where he is right now until he gets to where he wants to be, I guess. And also you talk about that secondary, and are they going to be able to perform this year until those guys get up to speed at the front line? Although I'm thinking that front line ain't going to be weak too long. They're not that weak now, but still. But they're not like last year. What are you thinking?
Well, Javon is trying to set the stage. I think he's realizing the blessing that he has to be, to be able to play ball, at this level. And he's really just, maintaining that, he wants to remain humble and he wants to reach, the upper echelon of his own game within himself and really not try to, outmatch this or that guy or try to reach anyone else's plateau but his own. He comes from good stock, or he's got somebody, in his ear that's been able to kind of, curate, him in his mouth. Yeah. So that he doesn't, he doesn't even think about any of that. He just wants to come out and he wants to play, the best that he possibly can and get better every day. And I mean, those are the things that you have to maintain in that kind of a light. Cause when these guys start getting these big contracts, sometimes they fall off, and, he doesn't seem to be the type of guy that's going to do that, at least from what we're seeing right now, which is really great quality. We can't do anything but respect that and hold him up in high regards. And I've been impressed with what he's been doing so far, man. We haven't, he's been maintaining his health. He's been coming in, growing, playing better. And I seen him get excited when he got that sack. What was that?
You mean
the second game of the season, the first, or the tip the pass or whatever. Yeah. But he's been getting in that, he's been getting in there and getting, greasy. So he's been getting excited and feeling it. So, but he doesn't see that as being enough. He wants more. And, that hunger you can only respect and appreciate, a young guy like that's coming in with that type of mindset and attitude, regardless of how huge he is. You know what I mean? Yeah. That means nothing to him. He's like, I'm the new guy and I want to come in and I want to set precedent. So that's what he's doing. Shout out to Javon and the whole
sack. One step from getting Jones last week. One more split second.
That was Kerry that was Kerry that got Kyler. Right. That was Kerry Hyder that got that. Yeah, man. Him and Kevin Givens, man. All these guys, DJ Jones, man. We're really blessed to have these guys, man. I can't stress it enough. That depth has been key for us. And as far as the secondary, I didn't even know that K1 had got hurt. I'm a little disappointed to hear that, and it's a hip injury too. So hopefully he can come back, from that pretty soon. He'll probably be out like 3 weeks. I mean, I'm just guessing or assuming.
Because I'm
assuming. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's what I was concerned about when I see that, because he didn't practice. So I'm like, damn, I didn't even know he had gotten hurt. So they might be putting Verrett at the slot, because I remember he was playing in the slot during training camp, wasn't he? And they said he was playing a little bit of slot.
Maybe, but Verrett, he's always been on the edge. This is going to be really interesting to see who plays the slot. He might. I'm not sure.
I'm concerned because with Dante, him, and Spoon, and then we haven't heard nothing from Emmanuel yet. What about Thomas? What's his name? Tim Thomas? Tim Harris. Excuse me.
Tim Harris is on the IR.
Harris.
Yeah, he's on the IR again.
Oh, okay. So he's hurt too. Okay. Shit.
Yeah, that's a real interesting situation.
I'm a little concerned about the secondary.
Yeah, well, especially the slot, because you got a guy like K1. K1's locked down. Guys like Tyler Lockett, they might as well sit down. When you saw what he did, who else is a great slot receiver? And you don't know whether he even stopped. He did stop Larry last time, most of the game, but he may have been hurt.
Yes, he did.
It's interesting. K1 is amazing.
Yes, he's underrated, man. And we need to make sure that we lock him down and give him a nice, nice contract. Something that's fulfilling. Make sure we can retain him, because we need to keep K1. Those secondary players, great ones at that, are hard to come by. So we gotta make sure we get ready for that. But
slot cover. Who's
I'm excited, man. I know that's a little shaky. So we got to. I think the secondary is going to be, something that we're going to have to, make sure we keep our eyes on. The defensive line is going to come through big for us. Our linebacking core, they're always playing, pretty much stellar all the way around. I'm hoping to see, Quan come up a little bit more and kind of, actually get some, some real production. He flies around a lot, but looks, like we said, he looks like he misses a lot of the play sometimes. Just moving, a little, just all over the place. I want him to actually execute and be closing up shop over there and helping, helping the fellas. Because we paid him a lot of money and he's quality. He's a quality player. So let's keep him lifted. And then offensively, I can't wait to see what the hell happens. I don't know if George is playing or not. I know it's probably going to be. It's going to come down to what tomorrow. Okay, good. Okay, that's good. That's good.
What we don't know is if Debo's playing, because he's got to be activated by tomorrow, 1 p.m. If not by then, Debo was not going to be eligible to play. So
yeah, man, let Bo sit out. Let Bo sit out, man. Let him get another. He broke that damn foot, man. I want him to sit out another week or two. I'm be honest, because him coming back prematurely. Can you imagine him re-injuring that and then having to be out even more, like 6 to 8 weeks? Like we don't get him until damn near the playoffs. Hence we make it. Like shit like that. We don't need to have that going on, fam. So let's be smart about it.
But George is definitely playing, and he was all excited about it during the press conference today. So yeah. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, man. Bring that score tomorrow. I'll be looking for you. All right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, family. Shout out to you as always, Ronbo. Thanks you, family,
Thanks,
for the platform. And shout out to the Niner faithful, man. Y'all stay lifted, man. It's Niner for life. Let's go.
Yo, Ellis, Night fam.
Peace.
And I see Chad Garrison says, please answer this. What do you think about Alvin Smith leading the NFC in sacks? I'm happy for him, but not happy at the same time because he's a Cowboy. I saw that stat yesterday, or day before, actually. And I says, okay, that's just really... But the 49ers aren't going to... Jed York probably says, listen, I really hope that we can avoid Alvin Smith. Because he's got to be afraid of him, right? Denise, come on in.
Hey, Ronbo, what's up?
Hey, Denise. Denise, let me with that question, too. We didn't pick up Alvin Smith. A lot of 49er fans on Twitter and every place else were saying, we should pick up Alvin Smith. And I knew the 49ers weren't going to have not one word to say to Alvin Smith because of the fact that he's got skeletons in his closet that are pretty much, you wonder if they're going to open that door, right? And so there he is over in Dallas. And he leads the league in sacks so far, albeit all against one team, but still. Because Russell Wilson's one of his favorite guys. You remember that? Every time the 49ers played the guys in Seattle, Aaron Lynch and Alden would just take turns dropping Russell Wilson. It's hilarious. But anyway, what do you think about that?
Oh, I knew they weren't going to pick him up.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He was fantastic, and he obviously still is playing at a decent level. And but I knew, like you, I was like, there's no way they're going to. Yeah, that wasn't happening. And of course, he had to go to Dallas. I can't stand the Cowboys. Ugh.
Well, it could have been worse. Which is worse, though? What if he would have went to Seattle? And Seattle needs an edge rusher really bad, right?
No, that actually would have been worse.
Yeah, it would have, huh?
That would have been worse.
Especially as Seattle. Instead of, yuck. Anyway, Javon Kinlaw is already a child of great expectation. Well, he's got expectations of himself that probably far exceed anything anybody else is looking at. And your feelings on our future star, and also about that secondary.
You know what? He's absolutely a future star. I love that in people. I love it when people are like, and just I just love that. The fact that he is as talented as he is, and I think he's improved each game.
Yeah.
And he sits there, and I love his personality too. He's like, I don't know. He's asking the commentator or whatever.
The
guy who's interviewing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think I need to work on? I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, you're a big boy. I wouldn't tell you anything. Like, yeah, I think you're great.
You know about the guy joking?
I think you're fantastic.
You got to work on your hands.
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't say anything to you. You're too big. I'd be like, hey, man, I think you're fantastic. I ain't got no complaints.
Nothing but compliments. But yeah, he's going to be okay. In fact, I suspect by the season's end, Javon Kinlaw may make a huge statement. Right now, in his first few weeks without a preseason and everything else, he's looking awfully good. So, yeah.
I think he's, like I said, and did you notice all the teammates were like, I think he's just really hard on himself.
Yeah, he is. DJ Jones made him joke. You see DJ Jones' face when he first asked him? Yeah, Javon Kinlaw is not, he thinks he's just average. Jones' face said it all. That was hilarious. But he's going to be great. I like him.
The Broncos and Jets game I just watched was actually fairly entertaining. I was kind of surprised. I was like, wow, both teams played pretty well. I was like, wow, all right.
They're equal competition. I mean, equal level of talents. And therefore, who won the game?
The Broncos won.
Uh-oh. Adam Gase could be done.
Yep.
The word was.
And you know what's funny? They were just talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's like, I don't know if he's going to make it to the end of the season the way things are going.
Yeah, they've certain teams. It's like our team, Denise. You look at what the 49ers are doing. We went through Chip Kelly, Tom Sula. We went through that period. Trent Baalke. You have to. You can make adjustments in the personnel, the management personnel, but you've got to do something about your roster. You can't expect, you bring in another coach all you want to. You've got to get some talents out there for those guys to work with. It's like I said about Bobby Saleh when everybody said, get rid of Saleh. I said, I don't know about that. What's he working with there? Now look. See? And you get Kasurik in there with the defensive line. Same thing.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll be honest. I was pissed. Like, I was extremely pissed off when they fired Harbaugh. I was not happy.
Oh, yeah.
I was not happy.
That was already actually agreed to before the season. We had a lame duck coach that season, Denise, which is really unfair to everybody. Harbaugh, the 49er team, us, it was just wrong. When Trent tried to trade him to Cleveland for Flash Gordon, I said, oh, man, I like Flash, but come on, man. You can't trade your coach, and you can if they would have accepted it. But see, come on. And now Harbaugh knows he's done. He's insulted. And that's why, we got cheated that year. I'll never forgive Jeff for that.
We did.
Oh, man. Tell Trent to shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. He wouldn't do it because Trent was manipulated. He's a kid then. God.
I couldn't stand him. Ugh.
Well, he's out of here.
And I love your impression of him, by the way.
Well, you see, the thing is, I did the best I could. Jed York was just a kid, didn't know what he was doing. I was the only adult in the room. So I did things the way I thought they should have been done. They didn't work out that way. But I still think 49er fans need to get over it. Shut up, Trent. Just shut up.
Exactly.
God, I'm such a clown. This is not working anymore either.
I did notice that. And, I wanted to say something else, too, the other night. I want everyone to know, like, I am not a Jimmy hater. Like, I don't know if that's the way it came across after the Cardinals game because I was so pissed off at him. I wanted to strangle his ass. But that's beside the point.
Well, you have that right, especially after a game. Yeah.
But I think he's, you know what? Everyone, first of all, needs to calm down because don't get me wrong. I love Nick Mullins and I think he's a great backup, but that's exactly what Nick is. Nick is a fantastic backup. Jimmy Garoppolo is our starting quarterback. And I love it how people are like, oh, Kyle Shanahan didn't really mean what he said. That's, he's just, saving face. If Nick Mullins comes out and balls out and plays better than Jimmy, they're going to get rid of Jimmy. And then someone said, which I think was fake news on Twitter, someone was like, I can't remember who it was, but someone offered us 2 first-round picks for Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm like,
that's not real. Denise, it's going to be that way. If Nick looks bad this week or struggles, the hate will come back at him. We have a contingent of people, and I mention every fan base has them. If a guy's doing well, he's our guy. And actually, Keller Witherspoon put this in perspective one time. Yeah, it's like that. If you're doing good, everybody loves you. The minute you do something bad, everybody hates you. You can't really win. This is why football players don't always respond to the energy that's coming from the fans because they know it can shift in a heartbeat. So Jimmy's going to come back. He didn't look bad coming out of the Jets game. He was getting around to what he looked like until he got that low hit. Jimmy will be fine. He's still got a bigger ceiling than Nick Mullins, but Nick is solid. That is for sure. So we'll see what happens.
God, yes, absolutely, absolutely,
anyway.
He's solid.
Denise, good stuff. Bring your score tomorrow, Denise. Tomorrow is when we collect and harvest those scores, so we can get big props at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that because I think I don't know who's all starting for the Eagles.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Wait till tomorrow because we'll find out more about what's going on both sides of the ball. We don't even know if Debo's playing yet. They got to wait till tomorrow until 1 o'clock. Okay?
All right. Well, have a good night. It was nice talking to you.
Always, Denise. You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good night. And I see it says, let me get this. This is Bunob, B-U-N-N-O. Some of the names are really creative right there. Bunob. Hey, I got to get the pronunciation right. It says, Ayuk, supposed to be our deep threat, stretch the field between DBs. Yeah, he's got the speed to do it. I don't know how Kyle wants to use him yet. Maybe he's going to be that all-purpose guy like Debo, because Debo's not really just limited to being a wide receiver. Debo, he can be any number of things, and that's what the 49ers are doing. Non-defined players. You look at most of the guys that are stars on this team in offense, they don't have a category. They're receivers, they're this, they're that. I mean, Debo and Ayuk can both be running backs at times. Other times they're going to be wide receivers. That's just the way it works. Hey, Dollar, Bill, Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Bill, Will was just talking about your dude tonight, man. It's been fun, man, because every time he gets ready to do a press conference, it's like, I can't wait. It's like, he's like somebody said, Nick used to be the fun dude to watch because Nick is always laying back like he just smoked at least $20,000, $30,000 worth of dope before he came in and did his interview. And he's so laid back. Now Javon comes in, and the first thing he wants you to know, look, before y'all ask me anything nice about what I'm doing, I'm telling you, I ain't nothing but average. Javon can have 2 sacks, 13 hurries, and everything. See, I still think he talk like that. I'm loving him. And also, Will, your comments on Devon, your opinion of him so far, as far as the secondary is concerned, until that frontline D gets established as who they are, is that secondary going to be in trouble, or are they going to be fine?
Well, man, Javon Kinlaw, man, I mean, the way he carries himself, man, it just shows that he's very humble. That's how you want to be, when you play in NFL, man. You want to be humble. You always want to, tell yourself that you can get better. I mean, that's sports, man. Everybody that plays sports, man, very good at what they do, but there's always room for improvement. And that's what Javon Kinlaw is showing, man. He's just showing maturity, man, humbleness, knowing that he can be better, knowing he can be better than what he is. That's how every player should be. So it's nothing but him showing his humbleness, man. He's progressing every game. He didn't do too much in the Cardinal game, but he showed improvement in the Jets game. Then he, showed more improvement in the Giants game. I mean, his technique that he plays is getting better, and you can see it. Because he's making, he's stopping the run, he's stopping running back, in the running game. He's giving the quarterback a few pressures. I mean, he even knocked down 1 or 2 balls. So you can tell that Javon Kinlaw's progression is getting better, man. And as a matter of fact, since we have a few guys that's out on the D line, I mean, the guys that's stepping in right now, man, is balling as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I know everybody says we play the Jets and the Giants, and they not a really good team, but you got to play who's in front of you. And and every player on every NFL team is strong and physical. So,
Well,
I mean,
whenever you address that conversation, though, remember to tell those short, narrow-minded, low-level intelligent people, the 49ers are not playing with their first string, not across the board. See, that's what I'm
right.
talking about. See, that just puts
Yeah,
water all over that stupid argument. But go ahead.
exactly. But I mean, as we all can see, that that these backup players are playing like starters. I mean, Chris Kashir is doing a great job with these D linemen.
Man is amazing.
And they play as a family. They playing with violence. They playing with aggression. They playing as a unit. And then once all the starters get back, man, I mean, we already know what the starters going to do. They're going to show out and ball out. But when they need a breather, right, take over. And then when you need to give them a breather, you can bring these guys that are playing right now. They can pick up that pace. Exactly. And then you have the total package on that D line. So I'm not concerned at all about this D line. And Javon Kinlaw, he's going to be a force in this league for years to come. And for the secondary.
And before you go for the secondary, this is what I like. And did you hear what DJ Jones said today? He said the reason why, the secondary, because you mentioned about the backups coming in and doing just as good a job, or appearing to be keeping the pressure on, because they play against, Kyle has them playing against the ones all the time. So they either get better or get embarrassed. I like that thought. Ain't no twos playing against the threes or anything like that. Or they always go up against the ones. So they're battle tested before they even come to a game. This is why the depth is always going to be almost as devastating as the first stringers. So that's why I love the second string starting right now, because it demonstrates to the rest of the league, even those idiots who don't know anything about football, this team is beyond your team.
Exactly.
You're going to get beat one way or the other. Second string, first string, it don't matter. The first string is going to beat you worse.
Exactly. And that statement that you just said, right there just shows that how much of a genius Kyle Shanahan is, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side of the ball. So, but the secondary, man, we all know Tart and Ward, they're the best at what they're doing right now, man. It's the continuity they have. They've been knowing each other for years, man. They've been playing ball ever since they was in high school. They play high school football together.
Yep.
So, you got that chemistry right there, man. Then you got, Richard Sherman, who obviously going to be a Hall of Famer once he retires. Still
First
playing
ballot.
good. Still playing high level. When he gets back, we all know that he's going to continue his athleticism and showing his Pro Bowl skills. But with Jason Verrett, man, and Jason Verrett can keep doing what he's doing right now. I'm telling you, man.
All hopes are off for the other team then.
If he can play opposite of Sherman when Sherman gets back, if he remains a starter, this secondary is straight lockdown mode. It is, man, because Jason Verrett is a man-to-man corner. Sherman's good in the zone, but Verrett is a man-to-man cover, and that gives Tony Oden more schemes that he can run. He can have one side of the field playing man and one side of the field playing zone. And you got both players that can play those positions, and then there you go. You can get turnovers.
And you got K1 when healthy in the slot. There's
K1.
no place for you to go.
And K1, and K1 did practice today. He was limited, but he did practice today.
That's what I'm worried about. K1's got to play. We don't have another slot cover. Nothing compared to him. And what's his name went over to the stupid side in Seattle. So, they went and got him after we put him in position to get taken. DJ Reed.
So K1 Williams, it's a strong possibility he may play since he came back to practice. So, man. Absolutely, man. And before I go, I know Jimmy G didn't practice today, so most likely Nick Moon may start again. But hey, to kill all the noise, man, y'all heard it from the man himself, Kyle Shanahan. Ain't no quarterback controversy over there. You're not gonna give Jimmy Garoppolo all that money, man. You're gonna sit him on the bench. Come on, man. And then once Nick Muller start doing bad, y'all gonna turn y'all back
on him too. That's the way we do.
That's what's wrong with the fan base. You know what I'm saying? We always complain about shit. I mean, just trust Kyle and John and trust the process and let this do what they do. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ronbo.
Listen, you don't get a chance. Don't make a mistake. If you're the quarterback, you're good until you ain't. And then when you ain't, get out. Sit down.
Yeah.
What? I mean, I won how many games? Yes, I still got to get this. That's all it's going to be. I'm getting used to it. I don't even. I'm not going to confront it anymore. I don't. It's going to happen no matter what. But hey, Will, let me see tomorrow. Hey, bring your score, Will, and be looking for you tomorrow.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my family. I play upon the Dre, Trey, Big Show, Russo, Shay Lewis, all them guys, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, Sheik Sewell, all them guys. Hey, man, Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. It will not be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It'll be the San Francisco 49ers versus, to be announced, at the Rams. Rudy, they lost to them Bills. And they ain't got no bills because they broke. All right, Ronbo.
I like that spin. Like, Will.
All right, man.
And Guerrero. Because I just woke up. Oh, and another thing. The Jets lost and finally Broncos won. And Guerrero, as the sun slowly settles in the east, I think that's going to do it for Adam Gase. We'll see. Adam Gase is going to get fired before midseason. Can you imagine? How cold is that? Big Steve.
Oh, what's up, Ronbo?
Steve, man. I'm like, we got another character on the team. You know, Nick Bosa was the comedy last year as far as the press conferences go. And George Kittle's always a comedy. Who else brings fun press conferences? Now add Javon Kinlaw to that list. Yeah, who else are the funniest guys who press conferences? We got to do a show on that one time. But Kinlaw.
We had
Go ahead.
We had Joe Staley, but we don't got him no more.
Joe, the king, exactly.
The king. Oh, he was. Remember the Joe show?
Joe. And no matter what, Joe would always make a joke out of the guys who are asking questions too, with a straight face. I used to love when he'd do that, and then he'd laugh and chuckle and answer the question. I was like, Joe, man, that was good, Joe. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, Javon Kinlaw. No matter how well he does it, he is doing better and better each week, which this last week was special. And we're in week 4. He still sees nothing good about his game. He thinks he's average. Baldinger would argue with him all day. And by the way, your feeling about him, and also the secondary, with this defensive front line still a work in progress, because I figure soon they'll probably establish who's who in that front line and who's going to play when. But the secondary, of course, is the big beneficiary of a good defensive line. Are they in trouble, or are they going to be okay?
I think we're going to be all right, Ronbo. I think we just need to get back into a rhythm. I mean, we got some new guys on. We just put Ziggy on. Who was the new guy that was playing? You were just talking about him not too long ago. I can't remember his name.
You're talking about Kerry Hyder?
Hyder, yeah. Yeah, he's a beast. Kinlaw's a beast.
Yeah.
But these guys are new to the team, so they got to find a rhythm with the team. Plus all the injuries. So I mean, we're trying to find our groove right now. But the team's only going to get better, and we're getting guys back. We're waiting for what's the word on Debo? We got to wait till Saturday, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We got to wait till tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got till tomorrow. 1 p.m., the 49ers have to make up their mind whether they're going to activate him or not. They got 21 weeks to do that. So Kyle can take his time if he wants to, if he wants to make Debo wait for whatever reason. The only thing that worries you about that, Steve, is why are you waiting, Kyle? Is he okay? I just want to know, is he okay? Because if he wants to wait a couple more weeks, that's fine with me, because we're fine. So...
Yeah, we'll be all right without him, but I'd still like to see him out there, especially in a primetime game. Him and
Knight. I forgot. They got to do it, Steve. I just realized if you want to put him on the IR, put him on the IR on Monday. No, I mean make him wait. No, once you take him off, he's not going to get out. He's got to play tomorrow. Sunday. You're right.
Yeah, that's a big game, and some people are saying that this might be the turnaround game for the Eagles. I don't think so, dude. You asked me my honest opinion.
This is a
primetime game. I think this is going to be showcased in the 49ers all night. That's what I think.
Around. And they're not at home. They got to travel across the country. And also, their wide receiver group has just turned to shambles, and they weren't doing that well in the first place. So, yeah, you don't want to have a group in shambles go against the 49ers right now. So,
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Kittle's full go.
Oh,
Jimmy will probably be back next week.
Yeah.
Plus Mostert. Has he been practicing?
No. Okay, so we're still without Mostert. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. If Mostert doesn't play, who would be your guy? Jerick McKinnon's there. He'll be there, of course. Who other than Jeffrey Wilson is awfully exciting, but I want to see more of Hasty. I want to see that wiggle work a few more times.
I know, that was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is a fun team
and
to
Wilson,
watch.
like you said, Wilson just exploded on the team, man. Like, he had that nice touchdown last season, but you didn't really see much of Jeff Wilson. He was like a, fourth string guy?
He's way down on the list. He's always a highlight reel, though. Yeah.
Oh, man. What sucks, though, is Jordan Reed being out so long. I'd love to see him out there with Kittle. Oh, my God. Can you imagine that tight end
yes.
dual threat tight end? Oh, my God. That would be insane.
Steve, I'm having dreams. I got Jordan Reed and George Kittle as my dual tight end set. I got Debo and Ayuk as my wide receivers. I got Jerick McKinnon and Mostert in my backfield. Oh, my God.
Ronbo, there's no end to the possibilities. We're stacked. And that's what people don't understand is that we took a lot of hits a couple weeks ago, but we're stacked, and we're still putting up. Look at Nick Mullins last week, dude. 36-9, 108 passer rating. I think the kid is fucking awesome. Keep him in there. If Jimmy needs to be out till the Rams or even the Patriots game, let him sit out. And, let him sit back and watch Nick Mullins go. Give him a little something to chew on.
That's just how good this team is. We got 3 quarters of the starters can be gone, and they're still gonna kick your butt. That's what I love about this team. We never had a team like this. Even last year.
Hey, you know what else? You know what else, though, Ronbo? Nobody's talking about us right now except for how many injuries we have. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Let them do what they did last season. Let them do what they did last year and sleep on us all year. And then when the playoffs come, or even before the playoffs, and they start seeing us building steam, it's going to be the same thing. People are going to keep hating. We're just going to keep stacking up W's.
Mm-hmm. They picked the Saints to win the NFC West. Or not NFC, but the NFC, period.
Nah. I'm telling you, we're going to make a comeback, and it's going to be that revenge tour is far from over.
Oh, are you kidding me? Full throttle, you know what I mean? And you're not. All those guys are not going to be injured all season. They're going to come back week after week. Another guy's going to come back. I think Sherman's coming back maybe next week or two, and Mostert's probably coming back sometime in that gap too. You already got Debo coming back, and Jordan Reed. Well, okay, we wait until week 8 before we see Jordan Reed. That's fine. Damage will be done. And now you bring Reed back, the team say, "Oh man, what's the use?"
Oh, we'll be all right, Ronbo. We'll be all right. And you know what? I say by week 7, maybe Patriots game, we'll have all our guys back, except for obviously the ones that are off of the season. But
that should be fun.
Unfortunately, no Bosa,
no Nick. Yeah, God dang it. Anyway, hey, Big Steve. I'll see you tomorrow, Steve. Hoping you get a chance. Come on in here and give us your score tomorrow night, okay?
Oh, I'll definitely try to come on tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow's score night. Yeah, I got to call in.
All right. Looking forward to it, fam. Thanks,
all right,
Steve.
Ronbo.
Yeah.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too. Guerrero. I hope he'll hold him back. Just wait. Rookie's got this. Guerrero, I know, man. Thanks, Guerrero, for that contribution. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This team has gotten to the point now we can actually have guys that we really would have needed in the past. They can sit down now. It's about the system now and players that are good enough to make it work. Bang! Bang! When you hear that sound, don't call the police. Just say, "It's Mel."
Rat. Bang, bang, nothing again. What's good, Ronbo?
Mel. I'm telling you, man, I'm so impressed with our big bad rookie. I didn't know, because Mel, like you and me and many others who were hell-bent on getting a wide receiver in that top spot from the draft, we got Javon Kinlaw. First, my heart fell down into my shoes, and then now I'm thinking, Ronbo, fool. This dude is going to make a difference. Just let him grow. Let him grow. You see right now, his standards are way beyond that of most, and he'll tell you in a minute.
No doubt.
Everything I do is average right now. Y'all need to quit. I don't want to hear it. I'm not that good. Especially when you ask the reporters, well, what did you think? And Mel, you're the perfect guy to ask tonight. The frontline defense has not established itself yet. They don't have a real identity yet, unlike last year's. Is that that process, is it going to hold back the secondary? Is it going to cause them problems, or are they going to be okay?
Nah, man, we're going to be fine, bro. We're going to be fine. What you have to understand is last year's front line was not regular, average, or even the average good front line.
That was ridiculous.
Last year's front line was all-time great.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be hard to repeat that no matter who you have, no matter what's going on. So, yeah, man, they were head and shoulders above just about any line that we've seen in football history, honestly. What front line do you know wreaked as much havoc as we did last year with as many stud muffins as we had on that front line? It's difficult. But this year, while we may not have the same level of, experience and everything, and we lost a couple big names in DeForest Buckner and Nick Bosa, we got guys in there that are 100% capable, and most importantly, we have guys in there that are hungry. I'll take a hungry player with good talent that has the potential to be great over a player that has great talent but is just going through the motions 100% of the time. And that's why we're not going to see too much of a drop-off, is because the guys that we have coming in here, they're hungry, man. They want to show their teammates. They want to show themselves. They want to show the fans. They want to show everybody we're here for a reason. We belong here. I'm not here just taking up a roster spot. It's, when I signed on this dotted line, I agreed that if and when something happened, I'd be ready. And as a matter of fact, this is what I've been waiting for, is my opportunity. I don't like the fact that I get the opportunity because one of my brothers fell and is out for the season. I don't like it that way. But I have the opportunity now, and this is what I've been waiting for. I want to show everybody what I can do. And that's what we see happening.
And it's a pride involved too, Mel, because when you think about the fact you're coming in to fill in for a defensive line was devastated the year before, you don't want to come in and people say, "Yeah, we wish we had what's his name back because you ain't nothing." Yeah, you don't want to hear it. So that's why you're going to see a lot of great play. We're seeing it so far.
And that's from a guy like Javon Kinlaw, who's a rookie trying to prove himself on this level. That's from him to the other guys that we picked up.
DJ Jones.
Right, but the other guys that we picked up after the injuries or whatever, or guys that were doing well in their careers prior to this season that kind of, dipped and weren't as productive as they once were. We have those guys in here trying to prove that they can still get it done.
Kerry Hyder, great example. Because I didn't know who Kerry Hyder was until he got here.
Right.
And we've seen Deion Jordan wake all the way up last week. I mean, he was coming off that corner. Like what I'm saying, the NASCAR defense that I was saying, if we had Deion, you got D Ford, you had Nick, but we ain't got Nick or D. But Jordan is quick, and Kerry Hyder's unbelievably quick for a man that big. Kerry Hyder's not slim.
No doubt.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, man. So, I have no worries. I have no worries as far as this season. So, are we going to be 13-3? That's definitely possible, man. We could match our success. Some things would have to go our way. We have to get a couple bounces. The refs can't get involved as much as they normally do and everything. And our guys have to constantly be applying that pressure. We have to constantly be, trying to one-up ourselves. We have the ability to do that. It's just a matter of, like I said, we're not losing any games this year because we're playing against a better team. That's just not happening. No team in the NFL is better than we are.
That's
exactly.
Right. And I tell you what, if by week 7 the 49ers ain't lost no game yet, don't let Debo and George doesn't need a lot of help. But if we get back Jordan Reed, and let's say we go week 10 and ain't lost but one game, it's over. It's over.
Bro,
the 49ers will not be beaten again. I can almost
not
promise
at all. What I love the most, man, what I love is bully ball, because that is the one constant in the NFL. Even with the rules changes and all of that, they made the game softer and everything, which that makes nasty guys stick out even more. That makes them stand out anymore, and that makes people, they're not used to playing bully ball like that because the NFL isn't quite as physical as it always was, where, we're talking back in those days, man, Ronnie Lott, Lawrence Taylor, back in those days, the 80s, 70s, and 60s and everything. 60s, they used to be able to do head slaps. the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
Wide receivers hated going over the middle because
just
running across the middle, defenders could smash you coming across their middle, forearm to the helmet, just for running across the middle. As long as the ball wasn't in the air, it was like no man's land. All the way up until the early to mid 2000s is when it really started changing, and we started kind of protecting people with this whole the receiver has to be able to catch the ball and make a football move, or else it's a defenseless receiver, like all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So in a league that protects players like that, players that are nasty stand out, and we have a lot of bullies on this team. I can only imagine, Ronbo, when we get the opportunity to see. I got you. I can only imagine when we get the opportunity to see guys like George Kittle, Jawan Jennings, are bigger, more physical guys on the field at the same time. Debo and Ayuk, guys that are just running through tackles and everything. I can only imagine that.
Oh, God. It's just too much fun. All right, fam. Good stuff as usual.
All right, Ronbo.
I'll see you tomorrow, fam. Bring that score with you. And I know you got that same score every week.
No, my score's a little bit different depending on who we play, but I got you.
All right, Mel. Have a good night, fam.
All right, bro.
And I see Matt Gaskill. Hey, Matt, thanks, fam, since you are the best. And is it going to hate? A lot of them, they got, their whole argument is just empty BS. That Empire Quest for 6 continues. 770 Georgia.
Yes, sir. Ronbo, this is Troy. I got a new number, so you can update it.
Hey, Troy, I got you, fam. All right. Troy, what's up, man? You know, tonight we're having fun with, boy, I mean, every time I see Javon Kinlaw, I get ready for the comedy and get ready for Dion's imitation. And Dion came in tonight, and I thought I was talking to Javon Kinlaw. Perfect. You know, he answers the questions all the time. He has that tone when he talks. It's already hilarious. And then the way he thinks about himself. Javon thinks he's trash. He thinks he's trash. I bet you anybody that's played against him so far. Well, I hope he's not trash, because if he's trash, I guess I'm just lower than trash, you know. So talk about your feeling about Javon Kinlaw so far. And also, the second, as I've been saying tonight, you know, the defensive front line is still getting itself together and trying to establish an identity as to who they are, right? In the meantime, while they go through that, is the secondary going to be okay? What do you think?
Yeah, as far as Kinlaw goes, I will say that he is really humble in comparison to like what a lot of athletes think of themselves.
Yes.
So that's a good thing, because you don't want someone to think too much of themselves, because they may not, you know,
they can't grow.
Push themselves to go harder, you know, as time goes on. But if you know you haven't arrived at that point and you need to get further, then, you know, he definitely has that mentality to want to get better and do better. So in that regard, you know, I definitely love that about him. As far as the D-line, the rest of the D-line, I was really impressed with what I saw last week. What's the guy that just signed? Ziggy, right?
Ziggy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was impressed with him.
You know what? Here's the thing, though, Troy. These guys, Ziggy comes out of Kasurik. They got the right guys. Ziggy came out of Kasurik's system. So he should come right in and hit the ground running and look maybe more like he did when he was with Kasurik. That first rush on a Ziggy that hasn't played in God knows when was interesting. I think he got around that corner pretty fast for a guy that should be out of shape. And then you got Kerry Hyder, who's also a Kasurik guy, and he looks like he's all world out there right now. And then, of course, you got Deion Jordan, Mr. I can run as fast as any running back, coming off the other edge. They've got a good group to work with there. They've got to find out who's the guys.
Yeah, we're pretty deep, Ronbo, and that was really, like, encouraging to see. Like, really encouraging to see. I'm anxious to see what we'll do against Philly. I know their offense is struggling, but still they're a better team than either New York team. But what I really wanted to get into was I don't think Jimmy G necessarily is hurt to the point where he cannot play, I
bet
think
you're right.
Kyle wants another look at Nick.
Or yeah, well, he pretty much also knows why risk Jimmy any further. If that ankle's a little gimpy, why, when you got Nick looking that good, why pull him?
That's true. That's another way to look at it.
But
that is true.
You're thinking Kyle wants to make up his mind whether he wants to keep Jimmy on the field or
I do
Nick.
because it's and financially think about it, Ronbo. Financially, think about it. Jimmy he's on a $137 million contract. That's what, $27 million a year.
Yep.
I mean, if they're able to trade him to a team that needs a quarterback, you're not getting much of, if any, drop off going from Jimmy G to Nick if Nick can prove that he can keep up.
How about we wait and see if Nick can deal with the defense of the Eagles? I just think it's a knee-jerk reaction. I think most people, for reasons that probably go on and on, they really think Jimmy G's incapable. Even though he hasn't lost very many games, it shouldn't be such a quick judgment. You know what I mean? After one or two games, you see 1 game and a half, and all of a sudden you're going to make a permanent switch in quarterbacks. That could backfire because no matter what's said about Jimmy, he's come through in some really clutch situations. He's had his moments, but he's come through in some really tight situations. That game, there's so many games I could go back and refer to that Jimmy looked awesome. He's had a couple of games that he could have been very questionable. But I just think the judgment should.
But I don't think it's so much knee jerk because Nick has shown promise before, and if I saw a tweet I think from Mayoko earlier saying that Nick Mullins is number 4 on total quarterbacks in terms of passing yards through 9 games.
Yeah. Well, in total of
number 4.
Games. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's something to look at, and he's only 25.
Yeah, Jimmy leads in a couple of categories too. There's percentages and things like that. That's why I'm saying they both have something they're good at, and
that's true. But Jimmy's 137 million.
Well, yeah, but
he's 130. I mean, look,
he's actually worth it.
What could we get? What
could
we?
2017. What Jimmy Garoppolo did you see then? Did he look any better than Nick Mullins at that time?
In 2017, Jimmy G was better than Nick Mullins, but you have to take into consideration he was behind Brady, and he had more experience. I think I don't know. I'm just expecting more from Jimmy G at this point in his career. He'll be 30 next year, so you got to think. I mean, when does ceiling hit? Is it next year, the year after? I mean,
Troy, I tell you what, Troy. Let's wait at least until week 8, all right? And let's give Jimmy a shot. Because when he went on the Jets game, he didn't look bad. No, he just didn't. He got hurt. Let's see what week 8, if Jimmy G looks less than what you're seeing from Nick Mullins, because we got to see Nick against some real competition. I want to see him this week against the Jets, Eagles, probably not so much. I'd actually like to see him play against the Dolphins, too. If he is as solid as everybody seems to believe, or a lot of people believe, it'll be displayed against a team like the Dolphins, because the Dolphins are playing pretty good football right now, even though they're not that good. But that's just my feeling, and versus everybody else who believes Nick Mullins is the guy. So we'll see. And I know the savings and everything, but still, you got to keep that potential superstar, and I think G probably is. We'll see. All right, Troy.
Yeah, we'll see. I agree.
All right. Hey, Troy, let me see tomorrow if you get a chance. Bring your score with you, will you? And we'll get more into it. All right?
Got you. All right, we'll do.
All right, Troy. Night. And what I just say a few minutes ago, I said, I'm going to leave the Nick Mullins, let's go with Nick fan club. But I can't. I still got I've got to protect Jimmy. I know he's better than what people are thinking. Hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo.
Clarence, man. It's a night where we're looking at the guy who thinks he's no good, and Javon Kinlaw, versus the world. This guy does not believe Kinlaw can have an awesome game, and he'd still walk out saying, not good enough. And then the defensive line, as you know, they're still trying to find out who they are. Is that going to affect the secondary, or is the secondary going to be just fine with that defensive line that's out there now?
Okay, so I just got off work. I started listening to the show tonight, and y'all were talking about Kinlaw, talking about DJ Jones. So I had to put you on hold and go in and go in on 49ers.com and go listen to both of those interviews.
Javon, he's hilarious.
And Javon, man, I love Javon. He's humble.
Really
he's very humble.
Like I've never seen.
And it's like he knows where he knows where he's at. It's funny, like you said. Oh, after the third game, I'm average. I'm thinking, like week 10 comes around, I was like, it was all right.
He's going to be saying that week 10. Get ready for it, Clarence. Week 10, 11. He's still, ain't nothing special. I mean, what did you think? I love when he asks the reporters, what did you think?
It's like, I like that because it's like, it's like, I know I could be like super good, but I know I'm not there yet. And that's good. And then DJ Jones, I loved his reaction. It's like, he said, what? Average.
You see the face? DJ Jones' face just changed.
Yeah, he did. I thought that was hilarious. I had a couple. Well, so as far as the secondary, that was the other thing that DJ Jones said. He was talking about Barrett. He said, "I see it in his eye. He's ready to ball." It's like, oh snap, okay. To me, the Jason Barrett awakening, we'll call it, is like icing on the cake now for us, because we didn't really think that Barrett was gonna make through. Remember after that Pittsburgh game last year.
As far as staying in one piece, right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, but now that he's healthy and now balling, and then Sherman's coming back, in about another couple
2
weeks or so? Yeah. I'm not sure, 2-3 weeks.
Because I don't think the Eagles are anything.
The perfect zone corner.
Yeah, I just wonder what they think
about.
And
now you have the perfect man corner.
Yeah.
So, and then you got K1. So I think the secondary is going to be fine. And then, like I said,
that's the best.
With the waves of defensive line that you get now, it's like pick your poison. It's going to be, and I think DJ Jones and Eric Armstead, I think they've been good as leaders for that group since Nick is away and
D's
Ford is
constantly.
Ford.
Yes. God. What a waste of money.
So,
he's never going to be okay.
Man, I'm upset about that. Really?
God.
Really?
And right from the beginning of the season, just like last year, beginning of the season, he can't go.
And then the linebacker crew, well, it's the Fred Warner show. That's going to be the all-pro Fred Warner, I'm pretty sure, this coming season. And I think the reason why Quan is not having such a great season because there's no crowd.
Oh, Clarence! You've got something there. He does feed off that energy because he's a show-off kind of a guy. Yeah.
Yes. And it's like,
I never thought about that.
So I think they need to turn the noise up in the stadium on Sunday night. Turn the noise up or do something, or
maybe. But I think he's still got to have those warm bodies in the stands, so he can he can feel it. You know what they
need to do. You watch wrestling, right?
Oh God, I don't admit it because every time I go over, I have friends. Clarence, I used to go over to people's houses. Hey, can we watch WWE? Hey, look, dude. Go home. Yeah, we're not watching the WWE. Every time you come over here, you switch the channel. No. You know, I can't believe, Clarence, do you watch I can't believe people don't like the WWE.
I do.
Oh, God, I love that.
I watch it. It's the man soap opera.
It really is.
But you have you watched it since COVID?
Who?
Have you watched any of it since COVID? Since COVID happened, have you watched any other wrestling?
No, I actually, you know what? I'm like Quan when it comes to that. It loses something without the fans yelling obscenities and things into the.
So,
you know, it's true. It affects
the
wrestlers too.
The difference is now they have them. They have the like in the NBA. They got the virtual fans.
God, because the thing is, when they grab the mic and start addressing the audience, I get all pumped up. It makes me laugh so hard. It's true. You got to have a crowd for some sports. And Quan needs it for his game.
You get some virtual fans into Levi's because you can at least see people.
Get some aliens or something. Parents, we got to go. Great points. I tell you.
All right.
If you get a chance, come back tomorrow with your score, will you?
Oh, okay. If not, I'll hit you guys up in the chat with it.
All right. Looking forward to that. Night, Clarence.
Shout out to the TNT fam. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Big Will, Chill Phil, and where's Shaleel?
Nobody knows.
Shaleel. I've never seen Shaleel. I've heard Shaleel in a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's some guys missing. It worries me, you know. I know Phil's probably Phil will be back.
I think I mean all the season.
Tell you. All right, Clarence, we're going to go. I'm going to look for you tomorrow.
Take care. God bless you, sir.
All right, thank you. You too. Oh, man, that's true. You know, the WWE, it's all about the crowd anyway. As soon as they come out of the Jumbotron and they come out there, they look at the fans, they're giving the finger and doing all the things they do. John V.
Ronbo, my man, what's happening, brother?
John, man, we're enjoying Kinlaw and his I can't get any praise for things I've done. I'm loving that kid already. And the secondary, as a matter of fact, I figure that frontline defense will probably be who they are in another couple of weeks. But in the meantime, they'll not be quite as impactful as they were last year. But is that going to be necessary for that defense to flourish, especially when you look at the lineup that Clarence just mentioned? If I got a healthy Verrett on one side, I got 2 Pro Bowl corners. I got 3 cornerbacks that are Pro Bowl caliber because K'Wan Williams is as good as there in the league if he's not the best. And, you know, it looks like, wow, whoa. What are you thinking? Are they going to be okay?
I think they're going to be fine, Ronbo. I mean, their depth has been tested in the past, Ronbo. So we got some new guys, Kerry Hyder, Ziggy, but Kyle seems to believe in them, and I mean they've produced. They get pressures. Deion Jordan got a sack. He recovered a fumble. I think the defense is going to be fine. It's a banged up Eagles team with a few guys on the ends. Was that guy that Peters? What the hell is his name? There's one guy that's like a Trent Williams. Yeah, on the Eagles.
Yeah.
There is a Trent Williams type guy that shuts down the right side, right or left. I don't know. I can't remember. But nonetheless,
because they're missing about 3 guys. I know you're talking about. I forget his name too. But they're missing about 2 or 3 guys on that offensive line. And poor Carson Wentz is catching the grief for it too. But a quarterback cannot operate without a front line offense. And Jimmy's went through that a few times, but nobody gave him an excuse.
Yeah.
This is why I can't wait till he gets back. That front line offensive line should look a little better than it looked 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely. You know, Rumble, do you know what I want to point out? I mean, we've heard tonight, 100 different calls about everything and everybody, and I couldn't agree more with everything. But can we take a second and appreciate Trent Williams, captain, the way he gathers the guys in the huddle, the way he amps them up, the tips that he tells them. You grab them up here, squeeze tight, so they can't throw you off. Because Malinchi's flipping and flopping around like a fish out of water sometimes. And
you saw that. You saw that. That film just came out today too. You saw that.
I did. I loved it. I
did.
Do that every week. And it's impressive, Ronbo. I hope they do too, because you know what? That is exactly what they need. That's what they need, man. And you know, we were bummed out about E-Man Sanders, you know, and how we lost that veteran presence in the receiver room. But I believe he left his mark. The writing's on the wall. Like, he left it. You take it for what it's worth, you know. But now we have Trent Williams doing it. And he's doing it on a different position. But nonetheless, he acknowledges each and every player. He gives them each a tip.
Pumps them all up.
Kudos to you. A tap on. I love it. I love it, Ronbo. I love it.
And John,
it's things like that make me confident.
And it will, because veterans, but do you remember that we have Mohamed Sanu? Did you see him coaching before he even he just got here in town? That's another perfect place for veteran presence. I like the way he was over there talking to Kendrick Bourne, and I'm pretty sure they're all listening to him now. Watch that offense, and maybe what we saw last week may have had something to do with Sanu, because those receivers were on point last week.
Without a doubt,
Nick's gonna get all the credit, but those receivers were on point.
That's saliva dripping from the mouth of the Super Bowl loss, Ronbo. You know, those players and that message is starting to dilute into new faces and new players, and it scares me from one aspect, because these new guys aren't coming into this game with the same heartbreak that last season's roster did. But I believe that there are still players that are trying to, like you said, like Sanu. Sanu watched that Super Bowl. He knows who Kyle Shanahan is. He's taking that message and he's relaying it in his own terms, and I love it. I love it. I love everything about it, Ronbo. You know, like I said, this is a detour, not a revenge tour. We're going to do this our way. We're going to go. It's going to be different, but we're going to do it. Different pieces, but I like it, Ronbo. The chemistry that we create on this in the locker room is phenomenal on both ends.
I know that's phenomenal. And no matter who comes in new, because you look at last year, Sanders came in, he was delighted with the 49ers family atmosphere, you know. And then you bring in a guy like Sanu that already knew Kyle. He knows what's expected of him. He comes in there, he's out there mentoring. He's telling this guy what he's doing. He's doing what this guy's doing. Even if Sanu, because I figure Sanu's not going to get a lot of snaps because of the fact that the kid's ahead of him. Sanu's more there on a plug in certain plays. For the most part, because it's going to be Debo Ayuk's team going forward. And that's going to be the thing. So we're going to see some interesting things coming up. Man. Ayuk.
You got it, brother. You got it. Kyle is going to scheme something up for him. He'll put him in the end zone. One way or another.
Zanu's still got, he's not as young as he used to be, or probably not quite as efficient, but Zanu's going to have his role, which is going to be interesting to see. Because this is going to be, as I say, Debo and Ayuk's team. Probably starting as soon as about week 6. And George Kittle, that trio. Ooh, but what a trio.
Oh, man. My God, Ronbo.
Notice I didn't mention Dante Pettis. I wonder what his future is like.
I don't know. We need to send his ass packing with D Ford. And, whoever thinks that we're getting a second-round pick for D Ford, stick a pencil in your ear.
God.
You're not getting shit.
No.
We need to figure something out. We need somebody to bite on him, Ronbo.
Oh, God, it's so sad.
We need something.
John, I tell you what.
I don't know.
Bring your score tomorrow. Let's talk some more. I'll see you tomorrow.
It's
almost game time. Oh.
My man, Ronbo, brother, I love you, man. Love the show.
Love you back.
I appreciate you for everything you do, my man. Thank
Thanks,
you for
John.
everything, brother. Good night. Take care.
Night, fam. And hey, Marion.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Marion, I bet you by now you already know. And start with Javon Kinlaw and how good is he going to be? And that's secondary. They're not behind the luxury of last year's Murderers Row, but this frontline defense ain't bad. Can we expect the same results?
Well, as always, Good evening, Ronbo, and to the radio audience across the nation. Before I touch on that, earlier, because I wasn't going to call in, but I heard the name Trent Baalke came up early in the show.
Yeah, he was here a few
And,
minutes ago.
So somebody, what, he is employed. I just wanted to let you know he down here in Jacksonville with me. And if I see him, I'm gonna throw a rock. I'm gonna throw a rock at his ass when I see him.
What's he doing?
But,
he's not the general manager? What's he, a scout? What is he doing?
Man, he is director of player personnel.
Go Trent!
and let me tell you something. He done tore that whole roster up completely. That whole roster is just gone. He got rid of everybody.
Aren't they 1 and 2?
But yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? But whatever. Back to the conversation at hand. I had to say that. I swear, if I saw him throw a rock at his ass.
Thanks for the update.
I better not catch him. I swear. but as for Kinlaw, man, Kinlaw, he played at South Carolina with Muschamp. And Muschamp, one thing he does produce is great defensive players. And he did produce Debo Samuel. You couldn't tell Debo was going to be this good coming in the league. With that type of offense that they're running at South Carolina, because it's really trash. But, Kinlaw is a guy, he's very, he played at SEC, where, it's a lot of competition at SEC. All the big guys, that's the big conference. So I'm not surprised that, how he's, kind of nonchalant about it and stuff. So, he's doing a great job, but he ain't caught on yet. But when he catch fire, it's over with.
Mm-hmm.
It's over with, man. So, not concerned about that. I've heard your whole conversation tonight about who we talking about? Somebody else you were talking about. You talking about Ayuk, George Kittle.
Oh man, that trio. Just those three alone, and they have plenty of people coming to help them as the weeks go by. But Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo, that's just really tough on the defense. I can't wait. We may see that this weekend.
But don't sleep on KB though.
Never. Here's the thing about KB. Marion, KB's always going to be. But KB, unfortunately, they never put him up on the billboard. But he is every bit as important on that offense as anybody I just named for the role he plays. That boy will come in and sting you with that first down. It's 84 in the end zone. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to start mentioning more. You're right.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my dude anyway.
KB was an undrafted free agent, and he worked his butt off and made the team, and he's been on the field ever since. Okay, I mean, KB have done more than players that were drafted. You know what I mean? So
and never gets hurt. I mean, KB has not missed a snap due to injury yet, and he's taking some tremendous shots.
Right now.
Yes. No, but the boy is. I would bet money that he goes 16 games, and if we go to playoffs, KB is not going to get hurt. I don't know what his body's made out of, but he does not get hurt. Boy, it's KB, and you be taking some ridiculous shots. Yeah.
He's a great route runner, but it's not much I got to say tonight. I just had to talk about that Trent Baalke. That kind of rubbed my skin because I really forgot he was here. But now that you reminded me, I'm gonna have I'm gonna keep a box of rocks in my car just in case if I ride by and see him. I'm hit a little.
Trent, boy, I didn't even know he was in Jacksonville, but I do remember him going somewhere. I'd forgotten about that. He's been in Jacksonville for since last year, right?
Oh, he just got there. He just got here this year, like during the summer.
So he wasn't doing anything last year, and that's why it went right over my head. I thought I heard something, but I don't think much about Trent, so I don't really care where
he hasn't had a job in 4 years. His last, when he got fired in 2015, he's been unemployed. So
they probably offered him other jobs. He could be a scout or something, because Trent's scouting it's okay if you need a scout, but beyond that, don't give him no authority. He's a weird boy going in there manhandling the owner. And you know, he took Jed York. Jed was like 36, 35, somewhere in there. And Trent went in there and grown manned him, right? Just manipulated him like a ball of clay. And first thing he did is start a fight about Harbaugh and said, listen, you don't need him. I can run this show. Trade him to Cleveland for Josh Gordon. What?
And real quick, I'm gonna give you 20 seconds. You remember this? I was telling a guy this just earlier about I was watching the Denver Jet game. You remember we was about to hire Adam Gase, right?
Oh, everybody was hot for Adam Gase. I remember that. I wanted Adam Gase.
Right. And remember, Trent Baalke said to Gase, because Gase wanted Fangio to stay as defensive coordinator.
I remember that.
And Baalke didn't want Fangio to stay. He wanted Jim Tom Sula to be defensive coordinator. And that's why that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. In hindsight, it worked out for us because, you know, we ended up with Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, you know. But people forget about that. They was this close. We were this close to having Adam Gase as head coach. And that could have been a disaster based on what we see.
I mean, I know.
Now, so.
But you know what? You look at the personnel. But Adam Gase failed. Where did he just come from? He failed.
He came from Miami.
Yeah, he failed. See, we had talent when we were about to hire Gase that might have been okay. You got Fangio with the defense that Trent wouldn't have because that would end up being a coup because Fangio wanted to be head coach. And remember, if you're like me, Marion, I wanted Fangio to be head coach. In the event that Harbaugh really has to go, then Fangio should be the head coach. No, Trent had other ideas. Because Fangio is going to continue to hate me because of the fact that he was Harbaugh's guy. And he was right, too. Mm-hmm. Fangio would have been all over. It would have been vendetta all day to get rid of Baalke. And he'd been right, too. Yep. God, I could talk about this all night. My God, that was a painful season. And Tom Sula was such a yes man.
Nobody announced retirement until they hired Jim Tom Sula. Because everybody trying to see who they was going to hire as head coach. And when they hired Jim Tom Sula, Jesse Smith retired, Patrick Willis retired. Everybody just one behind another. Mm-hmm. People started leaving. So, but that's a pass.
And the thing is, one more thing to remember. Remember, Tom Sula. It was rumored that Tom Sula was the snitch inside the organization that was coming back and telling.
Remember that.
You remember that? I said, "Oh, is that true?"
I remember that.
Oh man, no. Man. He is like that.
It was toxic.
Said, okay.
It was toxic, man.
It's over. You're right. You know what?
That was toxic. As bad as Florida State. And my team thought that it's toxic there. That's how toxic it was in San Francisco. Seriously.
Locker room returning to poison. You know, it brings back painful memories. Let's Marion, I'm going to see you tomorrow. You bring your score, and let's stay with pleasant subjects. Stay away from 2014, 15, 16. We lived through it, though, man. And now we get rewarded with the bad team. Boy, these boys is tough. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, fam. All right, man.
Night. Yep. See, fam, you know, going through those years, it's actually a thing to look back upon that you got to be proud of yourself if you still call yourself a Niner faithful, because it would have been very easy, and a lot of people did vacate the premises and having. As a 49er fans, I've not seen in years since 2014, 2015. But here we are, you and me, right? Still hanging in there. Love our 49ers. Hey, fam, hit that like. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Bring your score, and let's see who's going to get it right this week. And practice your ooh la la. Yeah, I think you can see it a lot this week. Probably like in that second quarter. Niners! Coming to get that 3-1.